What is up, YouTube? It is Sebastian here. Let me scoop my ice cream bowl out of the frame. But today, what we're gonna talk about, sorry it's not business related or anything along the business lines. I do provide massive value with the videos that I create with business and stuff, but I want to kind of, include my sort of personality, who I am. Well, this kind of doesn't involve who I am. I mean, this was a bad decision, but yeah, I kind of just want to include, some of myself and a little bit of context of who I am and stuff like that. Just because I want you guys to understand, I'm no one special. Like, I didn't grow up with I don't know, I didn't grow up with freaking millions of dollars around me. I didn't grow up in in like the richest neighborhood of my town or anything like that. I didn't, I wasn't the perfect kid in high school or anything. So like, just because I want people to know, if I can do this, you guys can too. Like anything along these, Shopify, anything, or just making money, being successful, achieving your goals. But today what I want to talk about is how I actually got kicked out of school. And so a little context, it was in 8th grade and I'm now a senior in high school. Currently, I'm 17, just turned 17 in March, so a few months ago. But I was, well, I don't know, 8th grade to 12th grade. I was probably like 13, 12 maybe, I don't remember. Maybe we'll just say 12. I think, yeah, that seems about right. Or no, 13, we'll just say 13, all right? So I was 13, okay? So 8th grade basically started like 2 months prior, and I'd been going to school, it had been fine, and then one day I went, so we'll just give a little context. So the day before this happened, I was at school, I was hanging out with friends after school, we were all messing around. One of these kids, won't include any names, basically threw a banana at me and hit my backpack, ruined the new backpack I had. Well, it got it all dirty to the point where I didn't want to wear it to school. And so I basically switched out my backpacks for one of the ones I had chilling in my closet. And basically just, yeah, and that was it. I went to school the next day and I was chilling. And this is funny, a few weeks or maybe like a month before this, I actually had gotten an Xbox, or I got an Xbox because I bought a pair of Ray-Bans. And then I bought the pair of Ray-Bans for $20 from a friend because he just wanted to get a little bit of money for them. And then I traded the Ray-Bans, so actually I was kind of hustling at this time. I traded the Ray-Bans for an Xbox 360, and then I traded the Xbox 360 for like 2 of these cool knives. It was a cold steel knife, I don't remember what type, and then one was a Benchmade butterfly knife. And those knives both added up cost about $400, so they were very pricey knives. Well, this is leading up to what's gonna happen. And so basically, that happened. The backpack was ruined and all that stuff. So I switched out my backpacks, after school, and then came to school the next day, and everything was fine. I went to science class, all the history class and all whatever, and then I went to PE, put my phone in my backpack and was chilling, changed my clothes. I brought my bag out to the actual track just because I didn't want to put it in my locker. I don't think I had a lock at the time, so that's why. And then I get to the track and, we run laps and stuff, and that was fine. I was a little out of breath, probably wanted to, hit up some girls or something for this, I don't know. And so I reached into my bag to actually grab my phone, and I saw something in my bag which really kind of made my heart drop and freak the F out. So I basically started digging into my bag to grab my phone, trying to look for it. I had a JanSport, so I had that front little pouch. And then I found the knife, the butterfly knife that I had gotten from that trade. It was in my backpack. Now, I didn't know at the time that it was in my backpack, and so I freaked out. And when I saw it, I was like, holy crap, this is not, like, because I live in California, and it's legal to own butterfly knives, but it's illegal to own one, or it's illegal to walk around, like, leave the house with one. So, there's like a little loophole, I guess, like you can own one, but you can't walk around with it or anything. But so yeah, it was in my bag and I was like, oh my god. So I grabbed it and I pulled it out and I freaking stabbed it. No, I'm just kidding. and I showed my friend I was sitting next to. I was like, bro, like look at what I brought on accident. And he was like, oh my god, bro, what the heck? And then this kid to the right of me, I'm not even joking, saw me and like looked at me and then was like, oh my god. And I was like, bro, this guy's about to tell on me, I already know. And my freaking friend next to me basically was like, don't tell the teachers or he'll stab you. And I was like, what? Why would you say that? No, I would never do that. Like, what the heck? That's not me. And so then I just like put it in my backpack and I was like, oh my god. And then seriously, a minute later, we were standing up, we were going to start running more laps and stuff like that. And we get up, we're chilling by the track, and I see the student service golf cart. Student service, they take care of getting people in trouble basically for things they're doing wrong and stuff like that. they keep people in check. And so I see them pull up on a golf cart. I'm like, oh fudge, did that kid just tell on me? Like, is that what they're coming for? And then so I go by my backpack and I act like I'm getting food, and I try to grab the knife and put it in someone else's backpack. And they saw me do it, and they were like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I basically said, oh, I was grabbing, I was putting food in his backpack, in this kid's backpack, because he asked me to. He left it in my bag and stuff like that. And I was like, and at that time my heart was just like, and I was just thinking, there's no way I'm getting out of this, like truly. So then, we go into the office. They grab both of our bags, both of the kids. I mean, me and the kids who I try to put his stuff in his backpack as well. And so, after that, we go into the office. And he's like, is there anything in this bag that I should know about? And I was like, yes. And, my voice, I was sounding nervous. I was like, yes, there is. And then he basically found what it was in it. And I was kind of screwed at that point, I thought. So, he started asking me all kinds of questions. And I was like, I just found that at the track, and that's what happened, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, wait, so you mean like someone left it on the track and that's how you found it? And I was like, yep, that's how I found it, man. When in reality, I brought it to school. And so, lying, I don't know, we'll talk about that in a bit. But so then, that happens, and we keep talking. And at this time, I have him convinced that I found it. So he's talking to all the people who work, the gardeners and stuff that work out by the field and stuff. And he's, ripping people a new butt hole. And then, basically that happens, and he can't figure out whose it was and stuff like that. And so at that time, I was kind of getting out of it. And then he calls my parents, and my dad, and says what happened. And then my dad's like, Sebastian, this isn't the truth. Like, I know you have this knife, blah, blah, blah. You got to tell me you got to tell me what happened. And I told him, no. So I told my dad, I told him that's what happened. And he was like, you know what? So then he basically said, okay, is that what truly happened? And I was like, yep, that is. And then basically we went into an office, and I had sorry, let's rewind. So then after that, I had a little talk with this girl that worked there. That she was pretty nice, but she was like, Sebastian, I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, blah, blah, blah. They didn't have any proof for this, but basically then they were like, okay, well, we've talked, we basically don't think that, it was anyone that left it out there. We think that you actually had it, so, we don't really have much proof, but do you want to go down this road of lying in life and stuff like that? And at this time, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? Like, she's guilt tripping me into freaking telling the truth and stuff like that. So I just basically spilled the beans. I was like, yes, I brought it to school. It was on accident. And then I said, I went to my cousin's house a few days ago, and I left it in my backpack, and then my backpack got ruined the prior day, and then, it basically, that happened. And so from that, then I had a cop read me my rights, and, you have the right to remain silent, blah, 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 that stuff. And I was like freaking out. My parents weren't even there, and they had read me my rights, and I was in 8th grade, and it was like, what's going on right now? And so, yeah, that happened. And then, I got yelled at from my dad. My dad, when he picked me up, he was heated and stuff like that. And then, and then after that, basically I got put into, it was either a transitional or, the transitional school? I don't know, it was either a, what's it called? I don't know, it was either like a place where kids who get kicked out go, like a school like that, or online school. So of course I chose online school, and I was like, no way I'm going with all of those kids. I'm not I'm not supposed to be there. So I did online school, did horrible with it because online school was tough. But yeah, guys, that was basically it. They basically kicked me out of school for 6 weeks and said I couldn't come back, and for 6 weeks, which sucked. And then what happened was I did online school, and then I actually went to another school just because I didn't want to deal with that. And then I basically went back to the same school, and then I ended up getting kicked out again in the following years. Now, by sophomore year, I got kicked out again, but we will save that for another video. So this was a little bit of a longer video. I hope you guys enjoy. Mom and Dad, if you're watching this, sorry for spilling the beans, but my subscribers asked for it, and I had to spill the beans on this one. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, sorry it wasn't business related or anything, but I just kind of want to make sure you guys know a little bit about me so you guys don't think I'm just some kid who works all day. Well, I do work a lot now, but I don't want you guys to think I, grew up and I was just straight edge. Like, I've had ups and downs in my life. I haven't been perfect at all. There are people that I've gone to school with who have been that, could be doing way better than me, but it's just, it's just like I actually chose to change and chose to take the right paths to, you know, achieve what I want now in life. But yeah, that was basically it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys are looking for more business videos, don't worry, they will come. I just wanted to put this one out here because it was funny. But other than that, I'll see you guys. I'm going to be on the live stream tonight, but hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. And other than that, I mean, I have my social medias linked below. I have my, you know, Facebook group if you guys want to join that, if you guys are into business and stuff like that. Join that. But other than that, I will talk to you guys later, and hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was entertaining. And other than that, yeah, peace out, guys.